Hello, thank you for tuning in to this week's read. This is on YouTube channel James 13 Wicca. I'm going to put the dice and the card information below that I'm going to be using for this set. That way you can easily find it. Also, if you're anywhere near Herkimer, New York, I'm offering some live readings if you're interested. That should be below too. I should have added that by now. There's info below on how to get a reading from me on here, and I'll get the email up here too. So if you'd like an email from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. That being said, let's go ahead and get into your reading. Hello, Scorpio. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. What do we have for Scorpio? Okay. So, Scorpio is a very interesting energy. And one of the reasons I say that is because when the devil shows up for Scorpio, that doesn't always hold Scorpio down. In fact, sometimes that takes Scorpio to a place where they're like, yeah, you thought you had the better of me, but nope. Sometimes it just works in Scorpio's favor because the devil doesn't get the better of Scorpio typically. The reason I say that is sometimes the devil talks about Capricorn, and Capricorn and Scorpio can get along, ironically. And when Scorpio kind of, sets the stage, Capricorn can get along with that. I don't know why we're going there. Just in case you're dealing with a Capricorn, you don't have to be. Yes, this is clearly a Scorpio reading, but there's that devil card at the end, but it's not bad. You got the Gates of Triumph with it. This is where we're heading. The devil card with the Gates of Triumph. So you may actually benefit from the strict rules of this situation. Scorpio is a very dynamic energy. Very, very dynamic energy. And it may be something at the moment where it seems like I'm trying to figure out what's going on. There may be a harsh energy or a harsh person. You got the Emperor here. Sometimes this talks about Aries. It doesn't have to. But it's a very interesting connection when it has a Scorpio. When you and this energy come together, both of these energies, both you and them, can be brutal on occasion if you feel you need to. But it's very different ways of doing it. Scorpio tends to keep a lot of things to themselves. Aries will just blurt it right out. And it may be one of those things where in the past you've had to deal with somebody who kind of causes issue in this situation, whatever you're dealing with, because they just can't seem to keep things to themselves. They just kind of blurt it out. They don't really care who knows. They get right out there with things. And that might have caused a lot of problems and in fact made you wonder, where do you really add up with this connection? This is where we're starting from, by the way, in case I made that really confusing, which I hope I didn't. Where this whole thing is starting from is an energy. It could be situational, more than likely a person, maybe just a personal person, sure. And it's somebody who I feel very honest, very to the point, but it might be one of those things where it's kind of like, it's a little bit too raw. It's a little bit too forthgiving. Forthgiving, is that even a word? This person actually likes you, by the way. Do you know that? They really like you, by the way. They feel like they look at you and they know what you're like. Those two energies don't always match, but this may be one of those things where, like, I feel like you might be questioning, like, but do they? Do they really? There's not a lot that happens between the two of you. This person seems to stay out of your way. I feel like one of the things they may admire about you is the strength. Like when you say you're going to do something, that's what happens. Or it's kind of like you don't sit around and wait for somebody to give you permission. You just do what you need to do. So the randomness, I'm just going to do it the way I want to, I feel like they admire that. They admire that strength. So they seem to be centered on what you match on versus what you don't match on. This might be also one of those things where this energy is a little bit difficult for you, but you might be playing a poker face on that. I feel like Scorpio's good with that when they want to be. When they want to be. I'm going to say that. Scorpio's very emotionally intelligent. You know when to let things slip and when not. And that includes in like when you're giving off social or visual cues. So Scorpio's a very dynamic energy. Going into the next phase. Do we like this? I don't know about this energy for you because I understand that they like you, but I keep getting this apprehension with it. It may just be how it feels for you. And again, we're ending with that devil card. So it's like, even though it's working in your favor, I wouldn't say it was the most comfortable ending, even though it's going in your favor. Something's going here where there's something here where information is slipping and somebody is saying something they shouldn't say. Information is slipping. You got the Ace of Swords, like it's like this, which means there's some good attributes and some not so good attributes. And you got the Empress reversed. Somebody might be trying to manipulate the situation. This is another factor to this. I don't think it's the same person. Could be, but not likely. And I feel like something's coming forward. Somebody's letting information slip. But again, Scorpio tends to read between the lines. Did they let that information slip, or are they trying to set something up? It's kind of like letting somebody know the truth without really trying to be accountable for it. Like, oh, I let that slip. I wasn't supposed to. Instead of somebody just saying, I just said it because I wanted to, or I said it because I want this outcome. It may be somebody acting like they let it slip, but it wasn't really an accident. Because I get the Seven of Pentacles here. Somebody has a plan. And it's also coming in with the Eight of Pentacles. Somebody's trying to set something up by letting information slip is what I'm getting. And I feel like you're trying to figure out what's going on. You know that something's not right. You might immediately be like, yeah, you didn't let that slip. You wanted that information out. You might easily you might easily catch into that. There's more with this. I'm just trying to figure out what it is. Because I keep getting, like, people trying to make things happen, and I feel like you're standing back going, I wouldn't do that right yet. The Fool card. Yeah, the Fool card like this. It's on the dice. Which means there's some good things about, being enthusiastic. There's some bad things about being enthusiastic about this. And then the Five of Pentacles, which also makes me feel like there's people moving forward on this and people taking this as if it's gospel. But then I'm like, wait a minute. They're a little bit too accepting of that. Something's up there. Like, do more people know about what's actually going on here than I do? Like, what's going on here? And I feel like I'm trying to figure it out with the Fogged In. Is that Fogged In? Yeah. The Fogged In and the Hermit card here. It's kind of like, wait, something isn't making sense here. Somebody's saying they let something slip and it was an accident, but it doesn't seem like it was an accident to me. And other people around this are just taking it like gospel, even though they normally wouldn't. It just seems like this is just going a little bit eerie right now. It's what's going on here? This doesn't make sense. People are loving whatever's going on here, and people are aligning with this, and you're trying to figure out, like, it doesn't feel right. Why are people going along with this? Something sounds off, and people are just going along with this, and why? It's kind of like, do people know things that I don't know? Does somebody have intel here that I don't? What's going on here? Why is this flowing so easily? People are just not questioning it. They don't want to. They don't want to. Is it more about it's more about the person. Okay, hold on. The Fool again, the same way. And then the Three of Swords. They're trying to get along with this situation, and some people, I got the Three of Swords, that's heartbreak. People might be looking at the situation kind of like, well, it's better than what I thought it was going to do. It's better than what I thought it was going to do. Let's just move on from this. Let's just get it done with. People are very agreeable at this time. It's eerie to me. People are very agreeable, and I feel like you're looking at it from the outside like this doesn't make sense. Like this isn't quite right. This doesn't feel right. And it may be causing a lot of apprehension for you. Like, why are people so agreeable with this? That person's saying they let that information go on accident. I don't believe that. And these other people they're just lining right up for it. They're just, okay, and they're lining right up for it. I don't feel like this is right. People keep getting along, which is not, it's not a bad thing, right? Shouldn't be. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully it's not. I feel like there's this really good energy coming forward, and people just keep going forward with this situation. But you know something's not right. You got that devil card at the end. Something's up, and I feel like you're having those inklings, like, yeah, no, this isn't okay. Something's not right here. So what do you want to do with it? That's a good question. I didn't realize I left these cards face down. Go slow. Go slow. Go slow. Because you know something's not right. And I feel like whatever's going on, it's like the air is churning. And you're like, it's kind of like knowing a storm is coming, but not knowing how bad it's really going to be. Or is it going to be lightning and rain? Is it going to be a tornado? Is it going to be something else? Is it going to be hail? What is it going to be? Could it be just a windstorm? You know what I mean? What's going on? Might we just get the dark clouds and it'll pass over? I don't know. Be careful with just kind of like going forward slowly with everything else and just keeping it to yourself. This isn't going to help. Keeping it to yourself doesn't seem to be helping. It makes sense why you want to. Because I feel like there's people here like, I don't trust what's going on here. And I don't feel like this is correct. Something isn't right. And I feel like it's causing a lot of apprehension. Like, I don't want to communicate this because I don't know what's going on with these people. These people are odd. This is odd. This isn't how this should work. There's an idea here. You are right. If this reading is hitting, you're gonna feel that something's off. Scorpio's intuitive. How it comes forward to you depends on your life. Like, there's different versions of it. For a lot of you, I just feel like it's like, this energy isn't right. I know this isn't right. This doesn't feel right. This is not right. This isn't right. This doesn't feel right. It's kind of like in the middle of June, like the water is a little bit too cold or a little bit too warm for that time. It's like, no, this doesn't feel right. Something's not right here. Something's up. Go forward slowly, but they're saying communicate carefully. Try to see if you can get other people talking. Because you got the distant thunder and you got, what's the other one? Discovering the truth. It's going to come forward sooner or later. You definitely want to be very slow with moving forward. You had the Knight of Pentacles on the other side. They're just saying it's a little too fast. Slow it up, like go at a third of the speed you normally would. Like if you would go into this at 30 miles an hour, go 10. Go 10 miles an hour. It's kind of like, yeah, well, I'm going through town, yeah, drive 10. Go 10 miles an hour. Kids are going to run out on the road or something. Go 10 miles an hour, wherever you are. It kind of reminds me of that, actually. It's kind of like, there's a school there, but it says 30 miles an hour. I don't feel like that's right. Go 10. Go with your gut, go 10. You know what I'm saying? I feel like to you it's going to feel like that. Like, but there's a school here. Usually you're not allowed to go 30 miles an hour right next to a school. Why is that there? That doesn't make sense. Go 10. It's kind of like, no, I know I should go 10 here. Even though it says 30, I don't feel like that's right. Go 10. Do what you know is right. Follow your gut instinct. Communicate with it a little bit. Kind of talk to other people. You know, there's that 30 mile an hour sign there. I don't think that's right. I feel like that's not right. You know, I'm doing what I can. I'm going to go 10. I'm going to go 10 because I feel like that's the better way to go. Follow your gut instinct. Follow your gut instinct on this one. It doesn't have to be like earth shattering. It's just look out for yourself and communicate with respect to the situation. Communicate where you feel it will be received well, obviously. I feel like you would naturally do that anyway. But communicate where you feel like it'll make sense. Because there is something here. There's a catch. There's a catch-22. The devil is here. You know that that's there. By you listening to your gut instinct, that's how you get the gates of triumph. You knew something wasn't right. You played it the right way. It's like, I went 10 miles an hour. I knew that wasn't right. Next thing you know, everybody's getting these tickets in the mail for going, 30 and a 10 or, something like that. And you're like, oh, see, and you didn't get one because you're like, no, I knew that wasn't right. I knew that wasn't right. Everybody else is getting these tickets for going 30 miles an hour and a 10, and they're having to go through all the legal things with that. You don't have to deal with that. You knew that something was wrong, and you just have to listen to your gut instinct on that. You get the gates of triumph. It also has a secondary effect by you doing that, by you communicating that you don't think it's right and adhering to what you feel is right at the same time. Like, I don't think it's right, and I'm communicating where necessary, where you feel is right, and I'm also following the rules I think should be there. It has a secondary effect where people are going to kind of look at you like, wow, Scorpio just follows their own rules, but do they? Because when Scorpio follows their own rules, Scorpio makes out well, and I wish I kind of followed what Scorpio's lead was going. I wish I followed Scorpio's lead on that. People might look to you for more direction later. People might kind of look like, oh, Scorpio kind of knew what was going on there. We should have kind of listened to Scorpio. Scorpio was saying it didn't seem right, and they're going to do it the other way because they thought that was the right way. We kind of should have listened to Scorpio. Scorpio seems to have the inside track on some things. It's a secondary effect, but it also feels like it's a little kind of like, I almost feel like you might be like, I don't have the inside track, but I don't, not with what's going on with these people. But let people think what they want to think. Let it work to your benefit is what I'm getting. I mean, they're going to say what they're going to say anyway. Might as well work to your benefit, right? Anything else with this? All right, I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thanks again for watching, and have a great day.